Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Um, I'm Deanne Kester. I'm a Creative Memories Advisor in Bakersfield, California. And sometimes I stumble over my words. Forgive me. Sometimes my brain goes faster than my mouth, and I have a hard time keeping up. But I was recently at a Crop and Connect weekend with my upline and a bunch of friends, and I was asked to teach some borders. So I taught 3 different borders, and I'm going to show you one of them right now. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, this border is actually made with the Whitecapped Waves decorative border punch. And that's this punch right here. So I cut 2 different pieces with that waves punch, and then I cut it apart, and I have the extra pieces on the end right here. So you can do it in any color collection that you have. Just try to make sure that there's a lot of contrast in the colors that you pick, and then also the background. And so those were made with Butterscotch Vivid Melodies paper pack. And then this one was made with the Joy to the World Christmas pack. This one was made with the one of the winter paper packs, and then also the Vivid Melodies Capri paper pack. So I kind of mixed and matched here to get the different colors that I was looking for. All right, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to cut 2 pieces with this border punch. Those of you that have seen this before, you can skip this section. But those of you who have not used this punch before, you have 2 lines, one on the left side and one on the right side, that you line your paper up with to punch the border with. Okay, then once you've punched the first one, you slide the paper over either to the left or the right, whichever direction you're going. Match up the punched piece with the blue, just cover it up. And this one has a little triangle down here at the bottom, which also helps you line the paper up. Okay, so I have some scraps that I'm going to use. These are not them. These are 3-inch pieces. Now they could be smaller than this, as long as they're wide enough to fit across the base of this punch. But I'm going to just demonstrate this so you can see the paper on the end so you can line it up correctly. Okay, and then I'll show you a little trick after that. So I'm going to go moving the paper from the left to the right. So I'm going to line it up with the line here on the right-hand side. And I'm going to push it all the way against the back. Okay, line that up, make it straight, and punch. Then I'm going to slide it over, like I said, and I'm going to cover up the blue on this side. So you can see that I've got that little triangle on the triangle part and covered up all of the blue on this side. So I know it's going to punch straight. All right. So I punched the first one. Now I'm doing the second one. And you just continue that all the way across the 12-inch piece of paper. Okay, and I have the last one. I think it's 5 punches. Okay, and there's 1 piece already punched. Now, say you have a piece like this. This one is about 1.5 inches. This will work on here. Cutting it kind of close, but it will work. The only problem is it's not wide enough for you to see where you've lined up the paper. So if you take a Post-it note, just a little trick here, Line it up on the end of the paper, just flush with the paper. Then the Post-it note will stick out far enough, and you can put the piece in and line it up with the line right there. Okay, so that's just a little tidbit if you have a smaller piece that you want to use. Okay, now the second piece I want to use, I want this side facing up when I'm putting the border together. But to do that, you have to turn it over. Otherwise, it's not going to weave together very well. Okay, so I'm going to put this in, line it up with that little black line, and go ahead and do the same thing I did on the last one. Here again, lining up the little triangle, covering up all the blue. And to make sure it's pushed all the way against the back here, because it's too short to see it over here, I'm using my thumb to hold it in place. Okay. There's a little piece left over. That's okay. We'll just cut that off. Okay, now what you want to do from here, once you've got these pieces all punched, throw away the trash. Okay, I'm going to cut this large wave piece off the bottom wave piece. So I'm just going to trim it like right here. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to cut that little piece off, just kind of keep the curve going and do that all the way down the 12-inch piece. Okay, and don't worry about making it perfect, just as close as you can. No one's going to notice any imperfections on that. Okay, there's one. And this piece. And now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Sometimes the punch doesn't punch it real well either, so I'm going to trim off that little piece on that section. It's another little part right there. Just trim it. Okay, and we're done with that. Now we can weave these pieces together. And you want the pieces going the same direction. Okay, so it looks almost like a heart. And then you just hook them together. And then you'll end up pulling it out like this to make it look like a heart. Okay, and you'll have to put like that piece, well, that piece over like that. So just continue to wrap it around, kind of just um, weaving it together. I'm calling it weaving, but that's probably not the right term. Try to keep the bottoms apart because they do want to hook together. And when you get done, the top and the bottom pieces need to match, need to line up. Okay, so like the bottom needs to match on the bottom, and then the top matches on the top. That's how you know that these are then going to be opposite of each other as close as you can get them. Okay, if that's off at all, then it's not going to look quite right. Okay, so there's that. Now, you're going to take another piece and just add a little bit of different look. I'm going to take out my straight blade and add in my scallop blade. Okay. And I'm going to take, hopefully, okay, this is what you kind of need to do is just kind of test it. Okay, I was going to use this light yellow, but it really doesn't give it enough contrast. So that's not the one I'm going to use. And I don't think the dark yellow would help either. So let's go with a different color in that pack. I'm going to go with this orange with the yellow dots. And see, there it stands out better. So I'm going to go ahead and use this piece. So I'm going to cut just a little bit off the edge of this, just about 1/8 of an inch or so, just so I can have that scallop cut on that one side. Okay, I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to trim this at about 2 3/4, maybe a little more, almost 3 inches. And you guys can just vary this depending on what size you're going to want your border to be. But then you're going to cut it again. Now, okay, so this is going to go down the center. And then these two are going to go opposite of the side that particular color was on. Okay, so it's going to look kind of like this. This is a little wide, but you guys get the idea. So if you don't want to put these on here on the end, you can leave them off and make the border actually just thinner. This is what it's going to look like after I adhere it down. Okay, so I'm going to start with the hearts in the middle. And I'm going to add some repositionable tape to the back. Just to the sides of the heart so that they stay down. We've actually come out with a brand new paper pack that I think this would be super pretty on. It's the new Valentine's Day pack for this year. And I think this would be so pretty for this border. But I don't have it yet. So, okay. Now I'm going to put this here and I'm going to make sure it is centered. And let's see. Out right here. But I'm going to start with this top part and have it put this in the center. right up against the top. Okay. Then I'm going to pull this one down. Make sure the pieces are pulled out. And let's see, looks pretty close. I just kind of eyeballed it going down the middle there. The way you can tell if it's off center a little bit is just by putting this on here and seeing if the pieces. Okay, so see, that's just a little off. So I'm going to take about a quarter of an inch off the side of this border. My instructions said to do it at 2 3/4, but sometimes I don't think that's quite right. So I second guessed myself, and now I'm trimming it down. Okay, that should help. Okay, now I'm going to put adhesive on the backs of these. If you guys think about it, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, check out this video, to the end of the video, and then check out a few of my other videos. And if you like them, it'd be such a cool thing to have you subscribe to my channel. So think about it. Okay, so here I'm going to put this kind of in between the middle section and kind of eyeball it and bring it down. Maybe move it over just a little bit. Okay, and now the other one. So see how I've alternated the sides? I put this one on this side because that section of the heart was on this side. This piece has the other piece going over here on this side. And there we go. We are done. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to join my Facebook group, I usually try to post over the weekend anything new that may be coming out on Monday. Um, Sometimes it's a different day of the week, but usually things come out on Mondays. We have new products coming out tomorrow. We have an adhesive buffet coming out tomorrow. And I try to throw that information in there. If I see a really cool idea that I like, I'll put it on that page. So if you're not part of my Facebook group and you'd like to be, go ahead and request to join, and I will let you in. And it would be really fun to see any of the borders or the pages that I make. If you've varied the papers or the collection or anything at all, I'd love to see what you come up with. So you can share on that Facebook page as well. And if you guys want to see all the new products that are coming out tomorrow and you don't have an advisor, you can go to my website and look at all the new stuff coming out 10 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. And let's see, I think that's all I wanted to say for this evening or whenever you're watching this. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next week with one of my other border ideas. Okay, let me know what you think. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye.